Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. I hope everyone's had an amazing week so far. Today is actually Saturday. I know I'm kind of behind on a couple of my video releases. I got a lot going on. But today I want to go over 5 different ways of actually blowing your account if you are not careful with it. So check this out. Okay, guys, this is going to be a very short video. It's not going to be a whole bunch of demonstrations. It's just going to be about 5 talking points that I want to go over with you. Number one is forcing entries. Okay, now I've made that mistake just a couple days ago. All right, no, I did not blow my account. Okay, but forcing entries is actually one of the easiest things to do as a trader, guys. When you know damn well, right, that you shouldn't be entering the trade, but it just looks very enticing for you to enter that trade. So what happens? You force that entry, you get stopped out, or it does the whole complete 360 on you, right? So that's what happens when you force entries. Number two, not following your rules. Okay, there are tons and tons of successful traders out there, and they all make this mistake, not following your rules. I've done it. TJR has done it. Some of the most famous guys that you know about who are successful traders, they have all broken their own rules. Okay, it's one of the things that you just have to work through. Okay, by telling yourself you're not going to break the rules, okay, it's 100% bullshit because we all do it. Okay, now we all know that when we are starting a trading session, right, we need to do our analysis, right, our fundamental analysis, technical analysis. We gotta study the charts, right? We gotta study indicators, numbers, price points, where the liquidity is being swept, where it's being taken. Is it going to do a full reversal? So those are the kind of things that we have to do as traders to do before each trade. Okay, and we have this list of things that we need to cross off per trade that help us stay aligned to our trading rules, right? But we all know that 90% of the time we're going to follow our own rules, but there is always that 10% that ends up screwed. Okay, these are mistakes I've made. A lot of people have made them, and I guarantee you that you're gonna make that mistake too. But just know that yes, you are going to make these mistakes. Yes, you will blow your account. That's not a statement. It's something that you're gonna go through. Okay, not having proper risk management strategy. Okay, not having a proper risk management strategy. What I mean by that is there's a few mathematical concepts that you have to be able to build on your own. It's kind of like what's the best way to put it? Right. So you want to keep your profits, but at the same time you want to minimize your losses. So it's kind of like if you were to make $500 today, right? What you shouldn't do is risk $1,000 on your next trade. Because why? You only made $500. That $500 is your risk capital for the next trade. If your account balance, let's say that you are a prop firm trader, just like me, if our account balances is at $100,000 and we make an $800 profit or $500 profit, right? The next starting balance of risk that you want to take is not the whole $100,800. It's actually the $800 that you made. That's the risk ratio that you want to risk. Okay, if only, right, you can only risk that 800 or only 50% of that 800. So your next risk reward ratio, right, should be a $400 risk. In return, you can make $100 to $1,200. Depends on your risk reward ratio. Okay, I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's kind of like eating a piece of pizza. right? I know that this analogy is one of the most oddball analogies out there, but if you're eating a piece of pizza, you don't want to eat the whole box of pizza and have no pizza left, right? What you want to do is eat that one piece of pizza, but at the same time, you're prepping the oven to make another batch of pizza. Same thing with your trading profits. Okay, okay, this is not one of the things that you will actually think about when you first start trading, right? This is actually one of the shortcuts that I'm telling you right now that you can use to preserve your capital, protect your capital, at the same time getting more slices of pizza as you're baking it. So you're eating one slice, but you're baking another box of pizza, right? All right. So let's move on to number 4. Okay, trading the news and not understand it, guys. Look, when you're trading the news, okay, there are bunch of informations out there. Okay, you have to stay on top of the news. Okay, if you're gonna trade the news, you're basically gambling at that point because news is very volatile. Okay, it can flip 180 on you. If you were to go long that day, it can go short on you. Okay, you know, thinking you're gonna risk 4 pips or 40 pips or 20 pips, bam, your stop loss gets triggered. You lost 100 pips. Okay, so with fundamentals, guys, you gotta be very careful. Make sure that you have everything aligned to that specific trade. Okay, don't look at news from Japan if you're trading GBP USD or Euro USD, but looking at Japanese news about their current events has nothing to do with what Great Britain is doing, okay, or the UK for that matter of fact. Alright, so I think I've touched on to all 4 points. The number 5, okay, is emotional trading. We have all done this before. Okay? I know that this video sounds very boring because I'm going through stuff. I'm just talking about 5 different topics here, but what I want you guys to realize is that these mistakes right here, it's gonna follow you. It's not okay, I watched this video today, I'm not gonna make this mistake again. No, I'm making this video so you guys can be sure that, hey, we're gonna make these mistakes. So let's keep it in the back of our heads, okay, and be smart about it, right? Emotional trading. Sometimes when you look at the charts, right, and you see, oh, this trade is perfect. It's perfect. Everything looks great. The one thing you forgot to do is, one, you didn't do your technical analysis, right? You didn't do your fundamental analysis. The chart just looks right. It looks just like a trade that you took previously that you took profit on. Here's the thing, guys. The chart can look just exactly alike the previous trade that you took on, that you took profit on, except for this one will fuck you up. Okay, so do not get emotional, guys. Okay, now I know that this is high stakes. Trading is high stakes. Alright, ain't no other fucking job in the world, no other business in the world that can turn $100 risk, okay, into $150 or $200 risk in a matter of minutes. There's no other jobs out there that will give you $100 for every dollar that you're trading. I mean, 100 to 1 leverage, guys. That's a lot of fucking money on the line. Okay, so this is high stakes. Do not get emotional. Okay. Now, this is all I'm gonna cover today for today's video. I just want to go ahead and put this out there and let you guys know that you will make these mistakes, but just keep it in the back of your head, guys, to just so that way you can remind yourself of not making these. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, please drop down below. I know I need to make better content, so just give me some time to figure out on how to build better content for you guys, and hope you guys have a great rest of your week. All right, thank you.